Well, hello. I'm Vontia Bors from Connect to Soul, and I'm here again to talk to you and to spend some time with you um, and looking at the guidance that we get to do with prosperity and soul wisdom. And to do that, I I pick a card, and then I will be guided what messages come from that particular card. And of course, the cards that I will be using are Esther Hicks Abraham's Money and the Law of Attraction cards for the prosperity, and the Keepers of the Light, which are created by Carl Gray, for the soul wisdom. Now, if you like my work and if you would like to live a more soul-connected life and you would like to feel empowered, look, I do one-on-one sessions on Skype or privately if you are in the district, and I run all kinds of programs, including retreats in Bali and manifestation masterclasses and spiritual book clubs. And well, there are many other things, and they are all available in the links below my website. And if you would like to contact me, well, there is a contact email as well. And if you would like to support me to continue to do this work, that would be so appreciated, and you can do that on Patreon, which you will find a link below also. So let me just get into this. So this is for the week of the 23rd of October, and that's my birthday week. So I'm pretty excited about this upcoming week. I always think, that we ought to celebrate our birthdays. I find it interesting when people don't, because they have this, I don't know, strange story about it. But for me, the fact that I chose to actually become a soul in a human form, I think that's to be celebrated, and I love it. I love birthdays, so I'm going to enjoy this week very much, and I'm open to celebrate it and to enjoy it and to live it just in a great, happy, high vibrational state. So let's see what we have in store for this wonderful week to come. Okay, so I wonder how you've been. And look, if you like these moments I'm spending with you every Monday morning or whenever you're watching this, please, share it with your friends, because I'm very happy for that. I love doing this because it just reaches so many more people. And it's interesting because I wasn't really focusing on the cards, and so it'll be interesting to see which one flipped. Okay, well, there you go. Let me put these aside, and the one that I've got is my attention to it invites the essence of it. Well, that's truly a law of attraction statement, isn't it? Yes? Okay, and if you've been following me in the last few weeks, then you know that my belief is that the law of attraction is a universal law that we have created for us to live within. It's interesting too, because I was actually listening to Deepak Chopra this morning, talking about his book, You Are the Universe, which, by the way, if you're listening and you're my book clubber, will be the book after this one. And the book that we're reading at the moment is Braving the Wilderness by beautiful Brene Brown. And that is magnificent. It's a great book. And the one to follow, which we will then read over the holidays, and I think it's going to be, I like mind benders. I love to stretch my beliefs or totally blow them out of the water. I love to expand my awareness and expand my knowledge, and both of these books will do this. And Deepak's You Are the Universe is very much going even beyond quantum physics, and so I am excited about that book. So anyway, I was listening to him this morning, and he was talking about us all living in our own personal construct. So in my construct, the law of attraction is a universal law that is. It's not something you have to believe in. It just is, like the law of gravity. So let's see what else there is. My attention to it invites the essence of it. Listen to the words. One of the things, because English is not my first language. I was born in a little fishing village, would you believe, just near The Hague in Holland, called Scheveningen. And only someone who was born there or lives is Dutch can say that properly. Anyhow, and I still can, even though I have lived the majority of my life in Australia. But having to have learned the language as when I was 14, when I first came to this country, I have learned to take particular attention, or put particular attention on the words and their meanings. And I think that was very necessary for me for what I do today, because I feel words and I feel the essence of them and the meaning of them that goes beyond what we're being taught. And so for me, when I say these words, I really want you to listen to them. The two that really, really stand out in this statement of my attention to it invites the essence of it is attention and essence. Because how many of you actually think about that there is such a thing as your essence? And what is your essence? No, it's not vanilla extract or anything like that, or it's not essential oils. And essence is the core of our energetic vibrational frequency, our vibrational signature. It's what we resonate to, it's what we hum to, it's what we align with. And so that's our essence, and it really defies the language. It goes beyond that. And when you pay attention to something, you're actually inviting the essence of whatever you're paying attention to come into your awareness, to come closer to you. So let's have a look and see what Esther has to say about it. Anything you are giving your attention to is an invitation to the essence of it. Saying, I want money, but it will not come, is the same as saying, come to me, absence of money, which I do not want. Yeah, because what are you putting attention to? So when we're talking about prosperity, are you paying attention to all the prosperity in your life, which then will automatically attract more of it? Or are you paying attention to the fact when you opened your wallet, a moth flew out, right? It's like, what are you paying attention to? Are you paying attention to what you don't have? Well, that automatically brings more of that. But are you paying attention to the wonderful gifts of nature, the gifts of love of your loved ones? The beauty around you. Honestly, nature is what we call the flora and fauna of nature, and I really make now an intentional issue of that because we are nature. And when you look at the diversity of our species and how what we come up with, the ideas and we are quite remarkable, but so is everything else around us. And that is the prosperity we live in. It is full of continuously expanding abilities, possibilities, opportunities, and they are all around us. But if we don't put our attention to it, if we only pay attention to the things that we don't have and the emptiness of I'm lonely, I don't have any friends, I'm lonely, my partner left me, I'm broke because I lost my job, I have no money, and I can't see how I'm going to get any more money. Well, all you're doing is really placing a prophecy of what is going to be your experience from now on, because that is how the law of attraction works. Do you know, I can't stress that enough. If I pick something up and I let it go, it falls. It falls. I know I did that last week, but I want you to get it. Whether I want this to go up doesn't matter. If I say, oh, there's a bit of a plane going over, I don't know if you could hear that. If I say, I don't want that to go down, I want it to go up, the law of gravity doesn't give a damn. It's still going to fall, right? The law of attraction is exactly the same. It can't help itself. It's how it works. If I pay attention to all the glorious, wonderful things in my life, then I'm opening the door and more glorious, wonderful things will appear. Because that's how it works. However, if I pay attention to things that are not going on in my life, then that's what I will have to experience. And you know, that is not easy. That's very difficult. And I'll give you an example. So this last couple of weeks, I have allowed myself to become rather stressed, which is not my norm. It's absolutely not my norm. And as a result, my physical body has reacted badly. And you know, when your physical body is reacting badly, it demands a lot of attention, which then makes it difficult to put attention somewhere else. So I have had to really work at seeing myself as totally healthy, as stepping back into the construct of I am healthy of body and mind. That's the construct I want to live in, and I choose that construct. I live in a construct of I have a healthy body and mind. And you know, my physical body is kind of in the background going, well, not so much right now. And I go, well, look, sorry, but I'm not paying attention to that. What I'm paying attention to is I'm doing everything I know that will support health and well-being. And I'm doing my darndest to not pay attention too much to the lower vibrational thing that's going on, because I know the only way to get past it is to continuously look for and allow that law of attraction to bring forward that which I want to experience and live, and that is my life is an expression of a healthy body and a healthy mind. Wow, I've had to say that a few times in the last few weeks, but guess what happens? My body is starting to get the message. So let's get back to this card. And I just love this message. It is so powerful. I hope you understand just how powerful this message is. Okay. When you're thinking of money in the way that will make it come to you, you always feel good. When you're thinking of money in the way that keeps it from you, you always feel bad. True? That is how you know the difference. So right now, you think about your status quo financially or in any other area of prosperity, right? Then when you are looking at what you don't have, how does that feel? Not good, okay? Unless, of course, there's a payoff and you're using it to manipulate getting attention or getting support. And if that's the case, that's not good either. But normally, when we look at what we don't have, it's because it doesn't make us feel good. And so if you decide to live in a construct of I choose to feel good, you know, one of Wayne Dyer's favorite phrases, I choose to feel good. And if you are doing anything else to make me feel differently, you got the wrong person, move on. And, you know, and that's really important. But sometimes we are the ones that decide to run stories that don't make us feel good. And why do we do that? Because, you know, it's our personal responsibility to make sure that we run the stories that make us feel good. You know, life is such a gift. It's such a joy. It can be so wonderful. It can be challenging, absolutely. You know, we all have a story to tell about how challenging our life can be. But on the whole, how wonderful is it, you know, to sit down to a beautiful meal? And there are a lot of people that don't even know what that's like. We have to start looking at the little things. I always say my favorite day is Thursday because that's when the garbo comes and collects my bins and empties them out. And I love these people because I don't like having rubbish around, right? No. We are so fortunate. If you're living in a country, if you're watching this and you're living in a country where someone comes and collects your waste, please, please, please put them at the top of your Christmas list because they are the greatest gift that we can have on this planet. Okay, there are so many wonderful things that we take for granted. The fact that I'm sitting here talking to you, miraculous, miraculous, wherever you are, and you're watching this. I honestly, it blows my mind because I'm of an era where, you know, the telephone was, you know, the little dial-up thing, and what we have today, it mesmerizes me. You know, I'm going away for a week to see my grandchildren in Kuala Lumpur. It's very soon. And so I have these two beautiful Burmese cats and I had to get a house sitter. And listen, I can't recommend enough mindahome.com.au. Now, it's a free plug, but I've used them a couple of times. My friends use them when they want to go away and have pets. And these beautiful people that are on this site that come and mind your home is just amazing. Anyhow, I had this lovely young man who's going to mind my home while I'm away, and he's an IT guy. And all of a sudden he said to me, "Oh, you know, do you have whatever he asked for?" I said I didn't have, and he said, "Oh, look, that's all right. I'll just use my whatever it was, I think." And the next minute he's telling me how what I can do to my television to plug into all these wonderful programs and have YouTube at my fingertips, and I'm like, "Oh, thank you." But you see, that's a gift. That gentleman came into my life to give me something that I've actually asked for, because not long ago I plugged my computer, my laptop into my TV set, and because I was watching a YouTube clip, and for some reason all of a sudden my television decided that it didn't want to play sound, and I didn't like that, so I didn't know how to fix it, so I gave up on it, and so I have other ways I can watch it on my laptop or on my desktop as I am doing today. So there are always alternatives, but you know, for me, this amazing ability, this technology that is just, it's unlimited. It just keeps growing and keeps offering us more opportunities to tune into the rest of the world, and I find that magical. I think that's just so wonderful. How would you not want to be participating in that? Because it's a gift. It's prosperous. It's abundant. All these things are available. And then how much of life is available to you that costs nothing? You can go out and we have fresh air. We have the beauty of the flora and the fauna. We have the love of our loved ones. That doesn't cost anything, you know. We think that we can only have prosperity through money, but money, sure, I love it. I love the feel of money. I don't like the plastic stuff. I really love the feel of money. And the reason is that if I have money, I can give it away. I can share it. I have freer choices, right? It's a commodity of energy exchange that is necessary to live an abundant, fulfilled life in the physical. But it isn't the answer to, you know, happiness. I know people who have an enormous amount of money and are still going through the same challenges that the people that haven't got the same amount of money have to go through. They just do it a little bit more comfort. Sure. But at the end of the day, we are still here with us. And we're still here for the one reason, and that is to expand who we are, to find what are we capable of? Who are we? What is this universe about? It's fascinating. Well, I feel like I'm on my soapbox. Do you? Maybe I'll just back off a little and I just look at this thing again. But what it's really saying to you, why would you pay attention to something that doesn't resonate or align with your essence? And your essence is always about feeling good. That's all that your soul wants. You know, this whole idea of connecting to soul and living in a state of being soul connected means that you are constantly aware of your essence of what your resonance is. You know, if you go into a room and you don't feel good, the energy is hitting your essence and is saying, you know what, this is not the best place for you. Out. How many times, excuse me, how many times do we then still think we have to go and persist on going where we're going? Just excuse me a moment, I just need my bottle of water. There you go. How many times do we still persist and go, oh, we can't leave because what would those people think? Well, it doesn't matter what those people think. What matters is your essence is telling you this is not the best place for you. And if you don't listen, then suffer, because you do have to suffer. You know, if you don't listen, you have to suffer ultimately, because your soul will guide you constantly to the place that is in alignment with your vibrational frequency. So please, please, if you want to live a fulfilled life, an empowered life, just be guided by what feels good. Do that. Do that. And if it doesn't, trust it has a reason. Don't do that. It's really simple, isn't it? Not always easy, though. I know that. But it is simple. Wow, that was really powerful. So let's have a look now that we have, you know, connected soul with prosperity. Let's connect to soul with these wonderful cards and get some soul wisdom to see, you know, what that's about. So, whoa, well, that didn't take long. Wow, did you see? That just flipped out. Certainly not messing about with me today. Okay. So, this beautiful keeper of the light is the Shekinah, the sacred self. That's what I'm talking about. Your essence is your sacred self. I just love that. You know, when I get into this flow of energy that actually just comes from wherever it comes, and it just fuels me and it just pours out, and then these things happen and we get these gorgeous cards. Have a look at that. Oh, it's a little shiny. Let me just put it somewhere where you can see it. Yes, isn't she beautiful? Oh, and look at that magnificent, you know, eagle. Oh, I love eagles, as you know. So it says here, unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. It's exactly what we've been talking about. Because when you do what feels good, you are dancing to the rhythm of your life. It's your individual life. But when you're dancing to the rhythm of somebody else's life, how does that feel? Well, it feels like you're doing them a favor and they're happy. But what does it really feel like in here? Now, you know, you can do both. And in actual fact, I believe that the more true you are to your sacred self, the more everyone else benefits from that. Because the more that you hide yourself from others, for whatever reason that may be, it may be because you are very self-critical and you don't live up to your own expectations, or whatever that is. And it may be because you are trying to get approval or recognition or love or whatever it is that you're looking for. Um, and then you sell your soul. You know that phrase, you sell your soul? That is when you compromise your soul essence for external gratification, either for you or for somebody else. And it isn't good for you. It really isn't good for you. So unleash your spirit. So, this beautiful eagle, that represents your spirit. So when you set it free and you let it fly, I think I shared with you once before that when I finally went on this journey and I leapt into the void, as I always say, because I had no idea where I was going. I just knew that I had to break out of um, my norm and what I'd got used to and the person that I was at the time, and it all just didn't feel right. Now I took this giant leap into the unknown. My children brought me this beautiful gift of an eagle in flight, which is hanging above my bed as we speak, and it was the most beautiful print, and that was how they saw me, and that's how they encouraged me. And I'm so blessed with my children. I can tell you, they're the most beautiful, beautiful souls. And so I did unleash my spirit, and it was an eagle. And so I think that is just so special. And so express your gifts. We all have gifts. I'm surrounded by people who come to me, to find themselves and to grow with me and to learn with me. And when I see them embrace their gifts without fear of it not being good enough to bring in an income, that's usually the one, and I see them step into their fullness, it's like, it's like birth. It is so exciting. And I go, yay! I mean, look at the amazing creativity that has been dormant within you. Wayne Dyer used to say, don't die with your song unsung. Well, that has certainly been my way of living my life. I used to say to my children, I'm, on my epitaph, you have to say that she lived every moment twice. And I give that a real good go. And look, that can be tiresome for people. People keep saying, oh, you still work? Yes, and I still do. And one of the most wonderful things about that is I now can say this with the greatest of joy and pride, that apparently I am about to have my 78th birthday. Well, who cares? It's a number. And I don't know what it's supposed to mean. All I can tell you is that I'm healthy of body and mind, and I still work at my life purpose, and I love every moment of my existence in this physical form. Why? Because I choose to. And so that is there for you. And dance, dance, dance. Please dance to the rhythm of your life, because it is your life. And that's the greatest gift of all. Make it work for you. Love yourself. I have loved this time with you today. It's gone like a flash, but I realize when I look at the little time clock on my computer that I've been at it for a while, and it is time for me to say goodbye for this week and to wish you an absolutely amazing, amazing week. I am going to have a fabulous week, and I'm going to embrace every one of my 78 years and celebrate. And wow, I'll see you next week. I may or may not pop up somewhere else in the middle of the week, who knows? But be good to yourself. You are the most magnificent, most special being in your life. Treat yourself like that. I love you. Love yourself. Namaste. It's a beautiful world.